Hi everyone, Dean from Real Estate Dynamics. We're at an event up on the sunny coast and I've got Greg with me who's just come off stage from REA. Now, what do you do, Greg?
Good question. My name's Greg. I'm a Senior Research Manager at realestate.com.au. What that actually means is that I try and understand the consumer and our customer base as well as we can, so that we can inform product development, that we can kind of try and get in front of them with what it is we're trying to do before they know they need that.
So you really are the crystal ball, or looking around the bend. What's coming?
We have some crystal balls and we try and look around the bend, yes, absolutely, as best we can.
So today, what I took out of today as one piece of it that was absolutely critical was that agents are even more important now as technology becomes more that emotion, that person to person. So how is your research? Because they've talked about it's a testing time for owners when they sell a property, as an example, and it's quite anxious, and they, in better words, want someone to hold their hand and step them through.
Absolutely. I think that's an important point. I think we're conscious. We hear at the moment technology is taking over. Technology is the forefront of everything, and that we should be on top of our game when it comes to technology. And I think that's right. I think technology has a huge part to play in what we're trying to achieve and what the real estate industry is trying to achieve and what it can do. But that human element is still so very important, and that's what we're hearing from our consumers. We've done a whole bunch of work talking to buyers, talking to sellers nationally, and we're talking about thousands here that we go to annually, and understand where they're coming from and what they're trying to achieve. And we hear that the agent is so very important, particularly on the sell journey. They can't imagine a time yet, for sure, where that agent isn't really important to that doing business in a face-to-face manner. Yes, technology can kind of augment and supplement that process, whether it's kind of chatbots or, at the start of an agent inquiry, maybe AI can come in and give the answer to that request, but it can't do what a human can do, and I think that's the point here.
Well, that side of it, the empathy and those, that ability to be able to connect. And I think that's where the lead agents now, it's even more important to have those difficult conversations, to have those adjustments, and expectations, that those that are leading in that space will even lead more. And the technology is behind them, I think, too. Because you talked about, what was that 24-hour? That slide about the 24 hours.
Yeah, so the response time is crucial. We're seeing that, because technology helps people achieve things more quickly, what we're seeing is that real estate and inquiries are no different. So people's expectation of what a response should look like has just heightened. It's essentially an arms race between what people expect and how well we can deliver those things as service providers. And what we're seeing is about 24 hours seems to be the sweet spot. Like, if you don't get back to me within that time frame, I'm going to be a little bit disappointed. Anything quicker than that, great, delight, awesome. Anything further away than that is going to lead to a lot of misery. And that first contact point between potential vendor and agent is the first impression that's going to be created. So you don't want to mess with that. The amount of agents I speak to who actually say, I phoned up my vendor, potential vendor, after an inquiry, and they say, the vendor says, "Thank you so much for getting back to me."
Yeah.
Now, when we know,
you hear that often.
You do.
Yeah. You think, well, that's my job.
That's my job. And hasn't anyone else got back to you? And when we know that 25% of sellers don't get a response, all you've got to do.
25%.
Absolutely, it's horrific.
So that's gone through, not even an answer back.
And all you've got to do then is just to pick up the phone and respond. You're going to be ahead of the pack.
Wow.
And that's what we're seeing here.
That's a really great point. So if we looked around the corner, basically over the next 3 years, what's some things that they should be looking at now to really focus on?
Well, I think I mentioned that sort of the AI and that technology really is going to come through, so that can pick up the slack when it comes to, it's not
some of the auto response. It's middle of the night. I looked at this. I come home from when I work. I inquired about it. So you could have an automated piece.
Completely. Okay. We're living in a world where people don't have the traditional 9 to 5 anymore, or that is certainly breaking and changing. So people have very different hours of operation and expectation. So I think AI will come into play, and it can start factoring in and start helping with some of that. But as they say, that human interaction is really still really important.
On that point, sorry, there is, because quite often a spike in people on your site, on realestate.com.au, is 6 to 8 or 6 to 9, or is in the night time?
We certainly see, the majority will be in traditional, working hours, but we are seeing that an increasing amount of activity happens at other unusual times of the day.
Yeah, and I guess then it's a matter of they want an answer, but at the same time they don't expect, so you delight them if you have automated that.
Potentially, but then you also need to know what they're trying to do in the context in which they are inquiring. They might just be information gathering, sending out lots of emails to gather and go back to a later date.
Okay.
We don't always know the intention of the consumer when they're making that inquiry. But I certainly think the quicker that can be delivered and the more seamless that process happens, I think the happier everyone will be. And then the AI should take the actual difficulties away from the agent, because there's a lot of time spent doing that when they could be out doing business development and face-to-face and all of those other important things.
Well, that's some amazing insight. So thank you very much, REA.
Thank you.
And have a good day. Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye.